Former President Trump suffered a major Supreme Court defeat. The justices rejected his bid to keep his tax returns from the Manhattan District Attorney, who is conducting a broad investigation into the Trump Organization.
Manhattan District Attorney Cy Vance launched an investigation into the Trump Organization back in 2018 after it was revealed that the former president paid hush money to the adult film star Stormy Daniels. And his self-described fixer, Michael Cohen, testified to Congress that the Trump Organization lied about its finances to dodge taxes and get loans.
What Vance is seeking are the tax returns covering 8 years. It would include looking at such things as falsifying business records or insurance fraud or tax fraud. The subpoena is actually directed at his accountants, not to him, and they've said they'll abide by any court orders. So the Vance team will probably start getting the documents later this week.
Now, in a statement, the former president called the investigation a fishing expedition.
The DA tweeted a very brief statement of his own. The work continues.
And that work of building a potential criminal case against Donald Trump is intensifying. Hello, everybody. I'm David Shuster, and thanks for joining us. Legal experts will tell you that if you overinflate the value of your assets in order to obtain a bank loan, or you understate the value of your assets in order to get tax breaks, that is textbook fraud. And compared to a lot of other crimes in the federal code, it is relatively easy to prove. And late last year, in order to help him begin the process of possibly proving any sort of case against Donald Trump, Cyrus Vance, the Manhattan DA, added some important investigation resources. According to the Washington Post, he hired a forensic accounting firm called FTI Consulting. They specialize in looking at complex financial transactions, tax documents, financial statements, financial documents, wire transfers, and determining exactly what happened. Tax fraud is pretty serious stuff. It is a 5-year felony, and the sentence can go up depending on the amount of money that was stolen or not paid. No U.S. president has ever been indicted, convicted, and sentenced to prison, but the odds of Donald Trump becoming the first may not be so far-fetched, and here's why. When Cyrus Vance began his Manhattan DA investigation over 2 years ago, it was a look into those hush money payments made in 2016 to Stormy Daniels. But last year, in court filings, Vance said that his investigation had expanded to include areas like bank fraud, tax fraud, and insurance fraud. It is possible, if there's a case here, that a prosecutor might say bring a case against a Trump organization and not against Donald Trump personally. And if Vance were to bring a case against Donald Trump personally, he would be required to prove intent. But that is helped by documents that are bolstered, say, by tax returns and also by the eyewitness testimony of an insider, say, like former Trump fixer Michael Cohen, who has already testified to Congress.
Did the president ever provide inflated assets to a bank in order to help him obtain a loan?
These documents and others were provided to Deutsche Bank on one occasion where I was with them in our attempt to obtain money.
Late last year, the chief loan officer at Deutsche Bank, who handled the Trump loans, resigned, and she is now cooperating with investigators. And upon the news that the Supreme Court had ordered Trump's accounting firm to turn over those 8 years' worth of tax returns, here was the reaction from Michael Cohen.
Tell you he should start maybe speaking to somebody about getting a custom-made jumpsuit because it does not look good for him.
Donald Trump and his organization have denied any wrongdoing. But by most accounts, the walls are closing in.